All right, everybody. Welcome back to Silversong. This is session 3. And you might notice a couple differences. But that's all right.
He's a VTuber, Pog.
Yeah, I like this.
So, made a few updates over the past little bit. And it turned out pretty good. So, thought I would mess around with that a little bit tonight. But regardless, welcome back to Silversong. What do you mean by two of me?
There's quite literally a second copy. Like I see your draw outline in the background.
Oh,
There's
weird.
there's like a second line.
That's weird. No, there's not supposed to be two.
Yeah, one's stationary and the other one's moving.
Ah, I know what's going on. There we go. That's fixed. Done. Thank you for letting me know.
Oh, very nice.
Pog.
Alrighty. So, previously on Silversong, we got our exclamation mark command for those who like to read. The party is attempting to save the orphanage that they all came from by helping the benefactor of the orphanage, the woman who donates enough money to keep it afloat every year, from a mysterious disease that she's contracted called silver vein. The woman herself has hired them to look into her loss of contact with some researchers that she was paying to look into a mystical lyre, the musical instrument, which was said to be able to cure any ailment. And now, in their path to pursuing the trail of the researchers, they have just left the orphanage, which is in the north of Middlemere, and are proceeding to head south down the kingdom towards Silkenshore, which was the last known place where the researchers had contacted Lady Sullivan, the benefactor. So, where we return with the party is to the Riverlands, where they have just left Stonybrook, the small town near the orphanage, and are beginning to make their journey to Silken Shore. Welcome, DJ Nappy Nap. Everybody always forgets the lowercase when people arrive. It's always funny.
People say.
Alrighty. Well then. For reference, the party was in the northern side of Middlemere, which is this kingdom, and have just left Stonybrook here, with their destination being Silkenshore to the south. So to get there, they are taking the path directly through the deep green domain, a large forest that cuts off Stonybrook from Silkenshore. So we're still right about here. the party just left. Welcome, Zeke. As we make our way into the Riverlands. Zeke, you showed up like slightly too late.
It was bad, man.
Here we go. Let's get rid of that fireplace. Okay, hang on. I'll do it again, Zeke. Ready? Just give me 1 second. I'll get the ambience. Okay, here you go. There. Just so you can see it again, Zeke, since you were late. Tisk tisk, show up earlier to class next time. Yeah. All right. Then back to business. Yes, confirmed. I'm a VTuber now. I'm a Lich tuber. It's taken me hundreds of years to catch up on the trend, but finally I'm there.
Never too late.
Reborn once again.
Monsters to go on BitchTube.
It still moves in the corner even on the screen because then I can wag my head back and forth if the party's being taking too long to do something.
That's awesome.
All right, so we return to the Riverlands as you set out from Stony Brook. The Riverlands are sort of a wide open grassland, gently rolling hills, with some trees kind of dotting the environment around you. Every once in a while, you'll come to a stream, sometimes a larger river, brooks, and all kind of flowing relatively slowly. The first little river that you come to, as you make your way out of Stony Brook, traveling for maybe a half an hour, 40 minutes, before you come to a relatively shallow river. Eventually, maybe.
Oh.
The classic,
Nice.
the classic Roll20 prank of you forgot to change off the paint tool
Yep.
I see who's been painting.
gets everybody at one point. It's gotten me like at least 20 times. So you make your way, eventually arriving at a relatively shallow river.
I hope you guys know how to swim.
You
Gil, you notice off to the side a small barrel, and it's sort of trapped on a rock. It was floating downstream from this direction to this direction, but seems to have gotten trapped on some rocks and is just kind of rattling against them as the gentle current pushes it up against these stones.
Well, can I push it across over here?
Mhm.
I want to
It
look
is
inside.
it is floating, so it's pretty easy to just push it over.
Perfect.
You move the barrel over here. Actually, do I have a barrel? I might have a barrel.
I can draw one.
You don't have to.
Oh, perfect.
We've doubled our number of barrels.
My
Me
God.
too.
Look at my magic.
Whoa, you can summon barrels?
Hey, it's a cantrip.
It's gonna come in real useful. You don't even know.
All right.
Flying, barrel summoning.
Yeah,
You
what is this set of skills?
you you push the floating barrel over to the side onto the muddy shore, and It now rests, no longer floating in the river. Now that it's sort of up on the shore, Gale, you can feel that it's a little heavy. It's not so heavy that you wouldn't be able to lift it, but it's got some weight to it. And as you kind of roll it up, it kind of sloshes slightly.
Can I take a dagger and like pry the top off?
Yeah, there's a cork on one end of it that's been kind of sealed over in wax to make it waterproof. If that's what you want to do, but you can stab a hole in it on the side if you want.
You want me to smash it?
I don't know if you want to smash it. I think there's something inside. Something like liquid.
Oh, okay. You know?
Sure.
Yes,
Just
if
don't
it's gonna
break it.
help. I don't know what he's trying to do, but he's gonna help. However he can.
Look.
River
Oh, this
backs
cork?
up.
Okay.
All right.
Back up by me.
What do you mean?
Using a sharp instrument, you estimate you could kind of scrape some of the wax off and then pull the cork. If that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I could use the little hatchet I have.
Yeah, that would likely work.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You take a second to kind of scrape some of the wax off enough to access the cork. And then pull the cork out of the barrel. So now there's a small hole in the top of it. I'm presuming you don't want to spill any, so.
I guess not. I don't know. You gonna taste it?
That's what you're for. You're the one who likes to
Don't-
taste. Open your
Don't
mouth.
taste random things in barrels, please.
I start
can
tilting
handle
the
it.
barrel.
Oh,
Just sit down
okay.
and.
Okay. I'll start to drink it.
Oh my god. Constitution saving throw.
All right. So as the liquid inside the barrel touches your tongue, you taste a very, very strong alcohol.
Oh, okay.
Tibbers first alcohol.
It's kind of strong.
It burns your throat ever so slightly as it goes down.
Tastes kind of good though. Maybe I shouldn't drink too much. I think it's
Probably not.
alcohol.
What is that?
Why is there a keg of alcohol just in a river?
Yeah,
It
someone's
must have-
missing this.
It must have come down river.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, would mean that obviously someone upriver is missing. Or at least missing this barrel.
Oh, what's the closest thing to the west?
Why would I know that?
You can look off in the
I don't-
distance if you want.
Yeah, sure.
River checks the map.
Okay.
They're just gonna stare off this way, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess the capital, but that's really far away.
Maybe it's just the main road.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't remember seeing anything between there and Eudora. We're like right here, you said, right?
hmm The closest thing on your map is, in fact, Eudora. Quite some distance away.
Hmm.
No. I don't see anything.
As you kind of look off in the distance, you can really just see that the stream goes up quite a ways and kind of disappears beyond some rolling hills pretty far in the distance. You don't see anything else other than just grass and trees.
Maybe it's like a one-off thing.
Maybe.
I mean, what should we do with it at least? I mean, do we have any use for a keg of alcohol?
Well,
Guess we could sell it potentially, but
or
don't know.
yeah, I guess sell it.
That
Get
means I have
rid
to
of the
carry it.
explosion thing.
Can
exactly.
we sell? Can we sell it when we just opened it?
I mean, it's got some of my.
It's a cork,
What?
right? Did you break it?
He broke the seal that was on it.
Yeah, that might be kind of suspicious. Well,
How like big and or heavy is this barrel?
The barrel itself is about kind of half full as you slosh some of the liquid around. It's not entirely full. And the barrel itself, if you were to kind of sit it up, it reaches just above your knee, Tibber. You could probably throw it over one shoulder, but it's not light enough to just kind of grab with one hand, but you could throw it over your shoulder if you really wanted to.
oh, where would we sell it? I mean, we're about to head into the forest, right?
Yeah, we don't really have time to take a detour.
We could just leave it.
I guess
Yeah.
we could do this. He'll dump his water from his water skin in the river and fill up on the alcohol.
All right. Pour out your water skin. Now it's empty. And tipping the barrel, you can fill your water skin. There's enough definitely to fill a water skin.
He'll like raise it up. Aye. I'll take a sip and then start walking.
All right.
What is taking so long?
Hey, don't go running off. Can you swim? Or do you just float?
I don't know. Good question.
I guess it doesn't matter if you can't drown. I mean,
I was
you
just
don't
gonna lean over to Rube and be like, I hope he's not a lightweight.
Well, if there's anything Tibber isn't, it would be light.
Did you say something?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
As you make your way along the countryside, fording across another rather shallow stream. The bottom of your pants and your boots are getting a little bit wet, but the streams are shallow enough. They're not up to your hips or anything. They're just kind of below your knees as you make your way along the countryside. And you travel for about an hour like this, occasionally coming to more streams like this, rather shallow. And then off in the distance, you see a much larger river that you estimate is probably much deeper. And then after traveling for about another 10 minutes, you arrive at said river. Just let me copy you. And as you draw near along sort of a rough dirt path, you can see that there appears to be something kind of built near that river. And there's a figure standing beside this structure.
It's the way across.
Hello, sir.
Hey, Gail, don't go running off.
Good afternoon to you. How are things with you folk?
I think they're okay. How are you?
I'm quite good as well. Looking to cross the river.
I think so. I don't think we can swim it, can we? What do you think, Gosh?
Well, this river is pretty deep, and it does run faster than the others, so don't underestimate her.
Yeah, we'd get very wet even trying to do that.
Mm-hmm.
The ferryman nods. Aye, that you would.
How much is passage?
That'd be 2 griffs each.
2 griffs each.
Aye. Have to make a living somehow. Built this ferry myself.
How many people can get on the ferry together?
About 3 at once, but we'd take it a couple trips.
Ah, I see.
Of course, I wouldn't leave some of you on the other side of the river, as long as you're paying customers.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. I was just thinking it would be kind of weird if there was only one trip and we all paid two, because, I mean, that seems like it would be a little steep, because it would only be one trip. But since you said it'll take at least two, then it makes more sense.
Aye, of course. And I pull this here ferry across on manpower alone. He flexes his biceps.
Wow,
So,
it's got to be kind of hard to do.
Well, I make a living off of it, so you get used to it.
Would it be possible, because there are four of us, to pay you 6 griffs instead of what would be the usual amount?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
All right. Uh,
Actually, can we go for free? Like, no.
well, you're quite a big traveling party. I suppose I could allow 6 griffs for the lot of you.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Uh, First we have to get our traveling companions.
Of course. Just give me a holler when you're ready.
There's a hold enough weight for that big one over there.
Should be perfectly fine.
Okay.
Ibs, Kale.
No.
gonna-
Oh,
Hey, Ruva, look, we got
Frog.
typical a frog.
we're
We could
playing
have it
with
for
the
dinner.
frog.
Got a frog?
Yeah, we both licked it.
It does taste good.
No,
Eh,
don't
Here,
don't
You-
lick
you-
them.
You
you
know what
should
they
cook it.
you know what they say. It's like good luck, right? Something like that.
No, they don't say that.
Does it make it
Ah,
turn green?
I
That
think- I think-
explains its color.
I'm already green, so
Maybe you turn
Maybe-
more green.
maybe I've
Does that
licked a
mean I turn
frog.
purple?
Green and blue don't make purple.
Oh,
No, I think that sounds right.
all right.
Come on, guys.
What are we doing?
I was just gonna hand him the 6 griffs.
Is this tug of war?
Thank you
Paying
kindly.
paying this big guy to do this?
We do need a way across.
Well,
Can you guys not swim?
If you want to walk soaking wet the rest of the way, be my guest.
Oh, good idea.
2 of ye step on the raft, and I'll pull us across. There's one.
I'll go.
Alrighty then. And heave, and he begins to pull the entire ferry across, yanking on the rope, which drags the whole raft across.
Wow.
And the process takes him about 5 minutes as he pulls the large raft all the way across. It's sort of rigged up on harnesses and pulleys along this line that stretches the whole river. And once the raft bumps against the far shore, he says, all right then, you two off and I'll make my way back across.
Thank you.
He gives you a small nod and begins to pull the other direction. The raft moves a little faster on the way back with less weight. This only takes him about a minute or two before he arrives on the other side and says, all right, now the other two,
Okay.
up aboard.
You sure you're gonna be able to pull this? I mean, I can help.
Of course,
Okay.
don't you worry. And then he begins to pull once more. He seems strained a little bit more than the last time, but he manages. As he pulls the two of you across. Again, about another 5 minutes fighting the current and pulling the weight, and the raft once again bumps on against the far shore. And the ferryman says, "All right, hop off."
Thank you. And what is your name?
Ah, how rude of me. I didn't introduce myself. Checks notes. Sometimes I have the forethought to add their name tag beforehand, and then sometimes I don't. My name is Fargus. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Ruva. Thank you so much for all your help today.
Of course. It is my job, of course. You are paying customers.
We may be coming back this way, later.
I see.
So, I hope to see you then.
Indeed. If you're headed back this way, then I'll be here.
Okay. Have a wonderful day.
And you
Stay
as
safe
well.
out there.
Gail, get out of the water.
Ew.
I got one.
No.
Oh wait, there's a boot. Never mind.
The frogs are up here.
Come on, guys.
We saw more frogs.
Gonna eat the spider?
What? No, that's in my bag. Put it in
Okay.
a different pot.
Spider's still alive.
You still have that spider.
Check
I
pocket.
named her Stasia.
Whoa, whoa,
Stop.
whoa, whoa, whoa!
Hello.
What are you,
Don't.
what are you doing naming the spider?
This is Spider Man.
Well, I mean, you guys weren't coming up with a name.
You didn't ask?
Stasia means star. I thought it was good. Like
But
an
it's a
eight-pointed
spider?
star.
It's not the star.
Eight-legged spider.
I don't see the correlation.
Okay. Let's just go.
All right. So once again, you find yourselves on a rather rough dirt path. It's more a path made purely by people walking it rather than any sort of planned, built path. Just sort of enough boots treading this path have created sort of a walkway in the dirt. And you travel obstructed for another hour or two, kind of into the afternoon, when occasionally sort of crossing much more shallow rivers. You don't come to another river that is as deep as the one that Fergus had his ferry for. The rest are sort of shallow and just need to be waded across. And the rest of most of this day is traveling in the riverlands. And as it begins to get a little bit later on into the afternoon, you see the sun begin to lower, approaching the hills in the distance. The temperature cools slightly, but it doesn't get particularly cold as the sun begins to set. And after a long day of traveling, you feel your stomach start to growl.
Well, if I'm hungry, that means Tibbs must be dying.
Man, I've been hungry.
Yeah. Good time to make camp.
You think we should?
It's
The
not
frog!
it's not dark yet. You might get maybe another hour of walking if you were to continue to travel.
I'm gonna stay too.
I mean, I guess we could just eat a little right now while we still walk, like some bread or something.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I guess.
And then we can eat the frog?
Oh, that sounds really good. I
We should
call
eat
one of
this
the
frog.
legs.
Wait, why? Why do you want to eat him? I kind of named him.
I never had a
Stop,
frog.
stop naming things.
It makes it
But
kind of hard to eat if you name everything.
we have food.
Yeah, but none of it's a frog. Have you ever had a frog before?
Why would I have a frog?
Oh man, you need to live a little.
Yeah, aren't you? Aren't you curious?
Okay. I just don't eat frogs. It seems kind of strange, you know, when there are so many other things that are normal to eat.
Why do you want to be normal?
Why is a frog not normal?
They're friends,
Oh.
not food.
They are. Thank you,
It-
Kosh.
It comes
See?
from the
Uh,
water, like the other fish. Those are
All right,
fine.
it's fine. More for me and more for Deborah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
named him Zeke.
Mm.
Don't kill him.
I'm definitely killing him now.
No. Ruva will try and rescue the frog from you.
Throw him here.
No, no. Wait, can I sleight of hand this?
Yeah, and he'll have to resist it.
I'm
Damn it.
resisting that shit. What do I roll?
Oh, are you holding it or am I holding it?
I just kind of said to throw it. I guess trying to catch him midair, and then I have to. What do I contest from here?
I think I
Uh,
got a frog, boys.
just contest it with Dex.
Oh boy, good luck.
Let's
No.
fucking
No, what are the odds? No.
Let's
That's
go.
ridiculous.
The athlete of the party said no.
Sorry, I'm just too big. Maybe if you can jump a little higher.
Stiff arm.
All right,
Ruva
he's
will-
slightly too fast for you, Ruva.
It's not the speed, it's his height.
I'm pretty fast too.
Okay, whatever. Ruva munches on some bread.
If you're gonna eat him, just kill him already.
I will
Tiver's
not
like
be, I will
currently.
not be a party to this, and Ruva will walk away.
Yeah, Tiver's kind of walking with the frog like ham-fisted in his hand. Like...
Wait, don't kill it yet, Deborah.
Oh no, I
we
didn't. I
want to-
didn't plan.
Oh,
No, I'm
that's
just
good.
holding him.
Oh, okay. You just don't squish him. Watch how tight you hold him.
Oh, sorry. I didn't want him to get away.
He's dead, isn't he?
He's
You've killed him. He's dead.
Is he dead? No, no, I don't think so. His leg's moving.
Okay.
Is it spasming from death?
Yeah. That means nothing.
Stab it.
Ugh.
No, Ruva's gonna continue walking. Guys, we gotta use this daylight, okay? Let's bury Zeke later.
Barry.
Well, why would we bury him?
We're gonna eat him.
No.
I'd rather they eat him than
Wait.
bury him.
See,
Yeah,
Gosh,
At least make
Gosh.
use of him. I mean,
If he's gonna die, at least he died for a reason.
don't waste his body.
We can thank him when Tib takes out an enemy, right?
Yeah, there you go. Maybe he'll give him extra hops.
oh,
That's not how it works.
Okay, fine.
that sounds
Fine.
real.
I'll eat him.
What?
I was the only one who loved him.
Oh, now you want in? It's gonna cost you some. This is fine cuisine right here.
Well, I've never had frog, right? So this will be the first time, and
Right,
Yeah.
it costs extra, then
oh, you know what? Never mind.
Friends discount, one gold.
Kill the frog. He's hurting.
Fine.
don't kill him yet. Not if we're gonna start eating.
I
Spoil
mean,
the meat.
Are you not eating him right now?
Guess we
No,
gotta
we're
keep
still walking.
moving.
Tyrell walk with his hands like, you know how you like hold a firefly? Yeah, he'll do that. With the
Okay.
frog in the middle.
So you're continuing to walk a little bit further then. And as you travel kind of in the last little bits of daylight, you see sort of another small series of streams. But these ones have sort of an old-looking kind of boardwalk built over top of them. And in the last little bits of daylight, you actually see 3 people walking down the path towards you. They're headed in the opposite direction that you are.
But you said how long do we walk from where we just were?
Another sort of half an hour.
Okay.
Just kind of using up the last little bits of daylight. But it is getting pretty dark now.
So we have like 30 minutes, right?
Yeah,
Approximately.
before it gets actually dark, but it's still sort of dusk.
All right.
We should make camp here.
Why here?
In this little middle part.
Yeah.
But then there's gonna be like bugs and stuff.
There
wanna
will
see the
be bugs
water?
anyway.
We'll be near water, so there's gonna be bugs anyways.
Yeah. See, if we
Man.
do it here, then there are only like it's just probably better here.
If someone
right?
tries to come through the water, we can hear them, right?
Yeah. What Kosh said.
As you're debating a position to set up camp, you see the figures in the distance have gotten closer. They've approached you now, and now that you can kind of see them a little bit better in the light of dusk, you can see that they're all decently heavily armored, and heavily armed as well. They have swords strapped to their back and shields in hand.
Speaking of people,
Wow.
And they're making their way sort of in the opposite direction that you are. Sorry, continue.
Are those like? They're so official looking. That's so cool. Gail.
As Gil wanders off, the 3 draw near to you. And sort of, you see them sort of look you up and down, and then one of them speaks. The man in the center says, "Hail, travelers.
Hi.
Hail to you.
Hello.
What brings you down these parts of the roads?"
We're in the
should be
middle of
asking you that.
we're in the middle of traveling.
Headed south, then.
Yeah. Are you headed north?
It's one stop on our path.
One stop.
You guys seem pretty over-prepared. You run into any difficulties?
Well, there's always danger in the deep green domain.
Oh, great.
Uh-oh.
What
I
are you doing there?
suspect from your reaction that you're planning on making your way through that forest as well.
That was the plan,
Yeah.
but not so sure now.
I'm sure we can handle it.
We'll handle it.
I mean, did you guys have any troubles?
Not particularly. You'll hear the sound of the kushi as you travel.
Sorry, the what?
The hounds. They howl in the
Oh.
distance. For the most part, they know to stay away from folk traveling, but they've been known to occasionally prey on travelers. Just keep your eyes open.
Hmm.
Uh,
Thank you for the advice.
where are you guys from?
Well,
From the south, or just making your way back?
we're actually making our way back home to Yadara.
Oh, the
You're from the
capital.
big city.
As you sort of look them up and down, sort of within the heavy armor that they're wearing, you can see kind of the tunics that they wear over it are emblazoned with the symbol of a griffin on it. And then one of the women actually speaks up. This one is rather quiet. She hasn't really made eye contact with anybody. She appears to be a little bit shy, actually. But the red-headed woman, who's wearing kind of a little bit less armor than the others, she's wearing more leathers. She pipes up and goes, "Aye, 3 of us are Kingsguard from Eudora."
Oh,
Kingsguard down here?
God.
It's very fancy.
What could have possibly led you down here?
Well, it's our job to travel around, address issues throughout the realm. I know that some folk think that our job is just to stand around the king and protect him, but well, it's not.
I was going to say that.
It's not exactly what the king prefers us to do. He thinks it's a waste of our time.
Better to be proactive, I'd say.
Indeed. So, from time to time, we investigate things here and there, travel around, visit some of the other towns and settlements and cities, and check in on how things are going, just to keep abreast of the situation.
If you don't mind me asking, how far south did you go? Just the forest, or?
Well, we passed briefly through Silkenshore after heading from Glory Bell.
Oh, got any info on that? Silken Shore?
She just kind of
That you can give up at least.
cocks her head slightly. What do you mean?
Nothing much. I mean, I'm just pretty curious generally about everything. I'm from Glory Bell myself, but I never went through Silken Shore.
Aye, well, we only stayed in Silkenshore for the night, just passing through. Things seemed fine there.
Good to know.
Reassuring.
Yeah. Thank you for all this information. Are you going to set up camp here?
I think we'll travel a little bit farther, says the man. We really should be getting back to Eudora as soon as possible.
Okay. I'm Ruva, by the way. Thank you so much for all of your information.
Nice to meet you. Sir Joseph, he reaches out with a gauntlet to shake your hand.
Ruva shakes his hand. I really like your tunics.
Thank you. It's Kingsguard uniform. The redhead kind of pipes up. I'm Riley. Not introducing herself with an honorific. And then the man says, the quiet one behind me is Mila.
Hi, Riley. Hi, Mila.
My name is Kaj.
Well,
Yeah.
it's always nice to meet Our Lady's people. So it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
You're doing the ladies' work, keeping everyone safe.
We do our best. If you're ever around in Eudora, perhaps we'll meet again.
I look forward to it.
Well,
Safe travels.
Safe
You as
travels.
well. I really should be
Yeah, I'm
getting going. And they begin to kind of make their way across the bridges. As they sort of start to... What were you going to say? Sorry?
Ruva just waves.
Alright.
Smiles and waves.
As they kind of make their way across the small little kind of boardwalk bridges, the redhead Riley stops for a second and turns back towards you. If you are going to Deep Green Domain, if you hear a loud screeching in the distance, don't head in that direction.
Yeah,
Okay.
seems fair enough.
What?
We'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Is it very dangerous?
Well, the Elaine Trekend roosts in parts of those woods, and well, when it's around to roost, you don't want to be.
Understood.
I see.
Just if you hear a hellish screeching, make your way in the opposite direction.
Okay.
Safe travels.
You as well.
And then sort of breaking into a slight jog to catch up with the others, the three make their way further down the path. Eventually kind of disappearing into the dimming light of day.
And
Wow.
they didn't really put up a good note for that forest. I'm kind of a little wary now.
Yeah, it sounds quite terrifying.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't.
they don't really know us, to be fair.
I
I'd
mean,
be a little
they're.
bit worried if I saw random people walking in that direction also.
I mean,
Mm.
they're guards. You see how decked out they were, and they're scared about something. That doesn't bode well.
It's true.
I think we should maybe rethink. Maybe we could go around the outskirts. Might take a little bit longer, but
Hmm. Well, I guess we should all talk about this, right? Gail, come over here. We're discussing our journey. Also, please don't wander off. It's getting very dark.
What do you mean I'm looking for firewood?
Ah,
Oops.
Oh my god, I deleted myself.
Gail? Gail? Oh, okay, thank God you're here.
I became part of the
You
wind.
vanished too.
You moved right as I was about to flip you around.
Holy sh-
got to breathe.
Didn't know I could turn invisible by holding my breath. Holy cow.
Okay, so what do we do here?
What do you mean? We walk.
Well, obviously, I know,
Do it
but
what? I wasn't listening.
they said there were some scary things in the forest.
Or there could be if you're not careful.
Eventually.
But
And they seemed pretty strong. They're king's guards.
Yeah, but they also seem pretty noisy. Just clanking around.
Okay, yes, but we're also noisy, so I don't see how that's relevant.
I mean, we're not stacked in armor.
yeah,
Yeah,
but we
and
can't have you
that
running
makes
off.
it, yeah, that actually makes it worse. I don't know why we're so noisy when we don't have all that much armor, but we are.
I don't know. You were talking about that frog a lot. Oh, speaking of,
No,
go-
no, don't talk about Siege.
How much wood? How
I've
much firewood did I
spoken to him.
find?
There's trees nearby. You can pull off branches.
Oh, I thought
Sweet.
you said cheese nearby. Like, don't
Always.
talk about.
These are cheese trees.
You go foraging in the riverlands, and you find some naturally growing cheese.
Natural cheese.
It's,
You
grow,
know, from the cheese bush.
grows like moss along the rocks.
No.
Awesome. I'm so
Only on
good.
the north side, so they're
Taro, throw his bedroll down in this tent.
I do have tents if you didn't want to draw them.
I mean, they're pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
Don't take this from me. Drawing my firewood.
All right, you can keep those tents then, since you took the time to draw them. But if you don't want to do it
Sorry,
again in the
sorry.
future, just I'll use.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing it again.
Ruva, go ahead and take a tent to yourself. I'm comfortable sleeping out here.
Well, why don't
There are two people though.
Yeah, me and Tibbs will share, biggest,
What?
smallest, and then you two.
You got to deal with Tibbus and his snoring.
Oh,
You want
don't
us?
worry.
You
He
want to
won't
share a tent
snore.
with Tibbs?
He won't snore.
What is
I
that?
won't let him snore.
What?
Holy
It'll be
shit!
fine. Just don't
Holy
snore.
shit! You got a lot of wood.
I'm so good at fire.
How'd you
Very
even light that?
I held
Gosh,
my breath.
There you go. You can build the fire.
No, bring back. It was cool.
But I think we should make a decision.
God, how do I do?
Are we going around the forest or are we going through?
What color did I use?
I think we can go through if we just listen to their word.
And
Just
stay
don't
We
go
will have
quiet?
to
after
play it
things that
safe
are
then.
loud.
I'm worried about taking too long if we try to skirt around the edges.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Okay.
Whoa.
I was
little
gonna give it
worm.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's making it, manufacturing it.
I just dragged on the wrong layer. I was gonna wait until somebody lit the fire to do that.
oh. Oops.
Should we cook this frog then?
I'm
Go
already
first.
cooking.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
Can I read?
I'm just gonna go into the tent.
I call one of the legs.
This is like the third time you said that.
I really want the leg. I don't want
Here,
you
you
to
can have the
forget.
front leg.
Oh, wait. No. Don't do me like this.
Do you want some, Kaj?
Oh, thank you.
Really? You don't want any frog?
No.
Whack.
All right. One tiny leg for you. One big leg for you. One for me. Another for me.
So to clarify, have you guys have killed the frog? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, we're supposed to kill it first? I'm kidding. Yes.
Oh,
We commit an
Kaj,
animal war crime.
Kaj, I'll take second shift.
All right.
Oh yeah.
You do have other food if you want to supplement your meal of frog with a little bit more, something more substantial than splitting a very small frog between the three of you.
That'll be just like
It's just out
the.
of spite at this point. There was like nothing on it. Like,
Yeah.
It's just the for taste. And then you
I don't know about you. I put mine on 2 pieces of bread. I made me a frog leg sandwich.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
All right. Using the fire and some sticks, you can roast up the frog a little bit if you want. But I guess you could eat it raw if you really want to.
I'm definitely roasting it.
Okay. And supplementing the
Yeah,
meal a
I'm gonna
little
eat
bit.
normal food.
Okay. Yeah, so you have some breads and some dried meats that you can eat. And the three of you stay up a little bit, eating your meal, as the sun is now fully set, and you're sort of surrounded by darkness. Only the light of the fire.
You guys ever been on an adventure?
It's in the forest behind the orphanage. Not much farther.
I mean, you know me. I've gone and wandered in the woods by the orphanage, but that was about it.
So you guys have never been outside of the orphanage?
Not as much as I can remember.
I mean, I've been to town. That's outside
Mm.
the orphanage.
Man, there was this really nice forest back in Glory Bow. I think you would like it a lot, Taj.
We'll have time to check it out.
I miss it a lot.
you all should be sleeping.
So should she.
You shouldn't be judging. Boys are
She's
having
right there.
fun.
You should get some sleep soon. I'll take first watch.
I guess Tib will go sleep then.
All right. So Kaj, you stay up a little later than the others, taking first watch. Is there anything you want to do during your watch, or just stand vigilant?
I'll just stand vigilant.
All right. Then the night passes, staying up for a few more hours after everybody else, as they drift off to sleep, relatively peacefully. You just kind of hear the occasional rustle of a bush around you that kind of snaps you to attention, but when you look over at it, just some sort of small animal that just kind of scurries away, and you don't really get a good view of it. You can kind of hear crickets out in the distance chirping, and the occasional bug that kind of buzzes around you. Mosquitoes tend to be a little bit of a problem in the Riverlands, but it really just depends on the night. So occasionally you have to slap one away from you, but other than that, your night is peaceful. And eventually it rolls around to the end of your watch. You can wake someone up if you want.
I'll wake up Ruva. Hey, Ruva. You're up.
Thanks, gosh.
All right. Kaj, you take your place in one of the tents and try to drift off to sleep. Ruva, is there anything you want to do during your watch?
They're just gonna mutter very quietly to themselves, and then also watch the stars.
All right. It's not too cloudy of a night, so you can see some stars. But you spend your watch also in peace. And eventually, you estimate that it's likely been a few hours, and your watch is up.
Yeah, she doesn't move. She keeps watching.
Okay. For how long?
Oh, she's not gonna wake anyone else up.
All right. So you're planning to stay up the rest of the night then?
Yep, she's gonna let everyone sleep.
Alrighty. Then let's just roll the rest of the night. Alright, peaceful night.
Oh,
But eventually, Ruva, you're probably, of course, first to notice this, that the sun begins to rise. Unless you were stoking the fire, it would have gone out, but if you want to have been stoking the fire, that's fine too.
She was not.
Okay, then the fire has gone out.
Sorry, guys.
As the early light of dawn kind of paints the Riverlands in a warm glow. And you hear the birds kind of begin to chirp. And some people in your tents begin to stir in the early hours of the morning.
Morning.
All good, Ruva?
Everything was quiet.
who did watch? I don't think I was woken
College.
up.
Oh no, I must have lost track of time.
Yeah. Okay.
Ruva, I need to make a con save for me.
Oh boy.
Good game.
Oh no! The consequences of my actions.
Con save. How do you do that?
It's
Oh,
on
here
the
we
left
go.
side of your character sheet.
Yep. Oh boy.
Oof.
Oh.
All right.
Oof.
Mm.
You're gonna take a point of exhaustion.
Oh, that's not
Ruby, you're
good.
not.
Where do
Not
we?
Excuse me for
looking
saying
too
this, but
hot.
you're not looking great.
Are you sure you should have done that?
Oh, I mean, I must have lost track of time.
Yeah, sure. Next time, wake someone up.
Oh,
You
of
can
course.
stay up if you want, but don't do that. You'll start
Of
breaking
course
down the
not.
tents.
All right.
Oh, Ruby yawns.
Yeah, Ruby, you're feeling a little tired this morning. Tipper and Gail, the two of you kind of spend some time taking apart the tents. Anybody else can help if they want, but you take apart the tents and kind of pack them back up again, folding the cloth and wrapping it around some of the poles. And before long, you have the tents packed neatly up and ready to stow in one of your sacks.
Head it over, Gil. I'll carry him.
Alright, here you go.
How are the rest of us feeling?
I mean, I'm a little tired, but pretty normal, I guess.
That tent was pretty nice if it fit the entirety of you in it.
I mean, it is a two-person den.
And there were 3 people in it.
Okay.
2.5 more like.
No, two. I'm sure I only count as half a person. Pretty small.
Let's
Yeah,
go,
you are-
slowpokes.
You are pretty short. Wait, I mean, it's early morning, bro. Come on. I'm
Make
still
sure you get some food, Ruba.
shaking off my
Of
legs.
course.
What are you shaking off?
Man, I'm tall. My fucking knees hurt.
Oh, maybe you should have eaten Zeke.
But what are you shaking off?
I think it's because I'm growing. Like, I'll be able to jump higher now. Feel stronger.
I'm
Uh,
not talking to you right now.
So with your things packed up, you set off along the dirt path further out into the Riverlands, heading south. I'm just going to take a 2-minute break. So go get more water, grab a snack, go to the bathroom, whatever you need to do. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hey, does anyone know where I put the exhaustion point?
I don't think it's something you have
I
to
just gotta
check.
remember.
It just give 1 point is just disadvantage on ability checks.
The exhaustion stuff can be marked on your character sheet, actually.
Oh, it can?
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, on the right underneath your health, there's a conditions section. If you click that, it'll bring up all the different
Oh.
conditions.
Oh,
And
that's dope.
if you click the drop
Hey,
down,
nice.
if you click the drop down on each of those, it'll tell you what they do. And then the check is yes or no, and then there's points of exhaustion for each, just to help you
Okay.
remember. Okay,
Hey,
I'll be
no,
right back
yeah,
then.
that's fucking cool.
Man, that's awesome.
6 levels of exhaustion, you just die. You are simply too tired to live. Same.
Your back hurts more than your legs when you wake up, by the way.
I was leaning into the frog thing.
Well, you said it's making you stronger.
I'm telling you, bro, he's got hops now.
The frogs making him strong.
Remember
Play some fucking
Zeke.
basketball, man.
Frog skip-ball.
Okay.
Frog skip all my
That's a push.
frog.
Oh.
These maps are
You're
too
just
green so
frog-balling it.
far.
I was worried when Riva took the rest of the night because I thought something was going to happen. So that they were going to be tired and we were going to be in trouble.
I was gonna say, I mean, it was all based on a roll, so.
Yep.
Just got lucky.
Not
Unless-
They
good.
need some luckiness after that unlucky earlier.
Constitution. I mean,
That's not unlucky.
was
That's
pretty
simply
bad.
Tibber
That's just-
being built different.
No, that's unlucky.
Wow, okay.
A 3 is terrible. I think my con is like my worst. Oh, no, never mind. It's not my second worst.
Just hope we don't have to do a charisma saving throw, otherwise I'm toast.
You have any negatives?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, charisma is -1.
Oh shit.
My wisdom's -1.
I don't have anything below 0.
Well, well, well.
Charisma's my only negative. Intelligence is 0. Everything else is +1 to 3.
I
Yeah.
got a +5.
What?
Yeah.
I have a +5 in strength. That's it.
+5? How do you have +5 in strength?
I have a +5
Uh,
wisdom.
17 gives you a +3, and then your proficiency bonus is +2. It gives
Oh
you
my gosh,
+5.
I only have 2 16s. I feel so weak.
I mean, 2 16s is pretty
This
good
seems
too.
pretty good, yeah.
I have a 17 and then a 15 for my 2 highest.
Oh, okay. 17 gives you a +5?
17 is your first threshold to give +3, and
Okay.
then 19 I think is +4.
Oh, wait, then how do you have a +5 in anything?
Because proficiency is +2. You add proficiency onto things skills you're proficient in.
Mhm.
So I get +3 from strength for athletics, and then +2 proficiency because I'm proficient in athletics. So it's a +5.
Oh, those.
Yeah,
If
Okay.
you're an expert in something, you double your proficiency bonus. So I would
Yeah,
have a +7.
you might be
If I was
talking about
Okay.
ability scores versus skills there.
Okay, I was thinking skills. I do have +5s and
There we go.
+7s.
No, I think
Okay.
you were thinking ability scores. I think it's the inverse. They're talking about skills, which are your acrobatics, animal handling, arcana.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep. Never
ability
mind.
scores, I only have a +3 for strength. That's
Ability
my
scores
highest.
are the
Okay,
big 6
yeah.
at the top.
Those are the things you have to
Okay, that's
increase.
ability score? Oh, I thought those.
Yeah, that's what you increase with ASI every like 4 levels.
Ability scores basically inform every other number you got here.
Oh.
Those are the modifiers that are being applied to a lot of other stuff.
Okay. Wow.
But they don't often come up on their own. They're usually just used to inform all the other rules.
Yeah, like
Okay,
a
that
straight
makes sense.
strength check is not very normal. Or
Yeah,
dexterity check.
because of
so-
things like athletics and stuff like that. There's
Yeah.
not really too much need, but every once in a while it feels more appropriate to make a straight strength instead of like an athletics. So really just depends on the scenario. I try to use things that don't get used too much more often than they usually do in D&D. Like in checks don't come up a lot, so I try to use them more frequently than they would normally. Just kind of the way they built a lot of spells in D&D, it doesn't come up a lot. It's for your spell casting, but to like resist for saves and stuff like that, they don't really come up.
Oh, that makes sense.
Dexterity is king.
Yeah, I think we got a druid that can handle that Dungeon Dragon farm.
I mean,
Oh,
I have a pretty
witch
good
check.
nature. I don't know if that it was gonna work with animals.
But
I have
welcome,
+1 in animal handling.
welcome.
I have a
Regardless.
-1 in animal handling, so.
I can't speak.
Is everybody
why
here?
Man has
you
to use a
eat
spell,
frog?
imagine. I don't know
Yeah,
if Gale's...
I'm here.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
You,
sorry.
you hadn't spoken in a while, so I thought maybe you were out.
I'm here.
Alrighty. Then let's resume. Also, Dungeon Dragon Farm, you may notice my head moves now. Isn't that amazing?
Fucking
I have to
going
show
up in the
off.
world.
All right. Then, picking up all your things and gathering up camp, you proceed south through the Riverlands. Traveling for about maybe half an hour in the early morning. Winding your way in between sort of some gently rolling hills and the occasional shallow stream. Some of them are incredibly shallow. You can kind of just hop right across them. Some of them are sort of just below knee depth that you have to wade through. But eventually, as you travel, you see a small camp set up in the distance, with some smoke kind of gently wisping out of it. A small camp kind of like the one that you guys set up the night previous. And as you make your way toward it, you can see that there is someone seated at the camp.
Man, Sirius seems to be popping.
What does that
Oh.
mean, Tiber?
I don't know. It just sounded right.
Like that frog you just
You know, like how like a fire pops. I think that's where I got it
Oh.
from.
It does pop.
Yeah, sounds
So-
right.
There's a slightly deeper stream that blocks you from this camp.
Somebody
Take a
carry
bit of
me.
take a bit of wading. It's about knee height, you estimate.
Can I throw Ruva?
You can try.
I will try.
Oh no.
Ruva, if you want to allow it, he can do it.
I'm strong.
I
Believe.
feel like if he wanted to throw Ruva, he'd be able to do it whether he wanted, whether Ruva wanted it to happen or not.
You could attempt to squirm away, is what I'm saying.
They will not squirm because they're above water. Do not want to get wet.
All right then, Tibbs. Just make an athletics and give us a good throw.
All right, up
Just
up we
know
go.
that I hate you.
Oh no.
All right.
Oh, no.
He sort of does sort of a 1, 2, and then heaves you, Ruva, and you splash kind of onto your knees, and your hands kind of fall forward as you
No.
land sort of with a splash. Your hands kind of sinking a little bit into the mud at the bed of the river.
I was gonna go pull
Oh.
Riva up out of the water.
Hey, better than swimming. Right?
I'm not talking to you right now.
Are you good? Okay.
Thank you, Kosh.
Yeah.
Hey, Gail, can you use prestidigitation on me?
We use what?
Oh no. I don't know.
I use prestidigitation and blow it away.
All right. You had sort of some mud on your hands, and your knees are pretty soaked, but with Gail's help, you managed to get mostly clean.
Thank you.
That's
Funny
pretty
how I
neat.
knew how you had that skill.